Okay, I hope you are recording all the interventions.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the chairman of the committee for the very eloquent statement. Mr. Speaker, I hope that I've had the chairman say, but they are engaging the chairman too much. I had the chairman say that certain constituencies, certain counties which are bordering national parks and game reserves will get a priority, will get affirmative action. And that's a very good thing, Mr. Speaker. I just want to urge the chairman that I hope that is not lip service to those particular counties, because the people of Narok County have looked after the wildlife so much, and they treasure that particular responsibility to be employed by KWS. We hope that that statement will be adhered to. Of course, it's a pity that people from Kilgoris will be asked to go to Olentimama Stadium, which is so far away. They have to come across through Kisii, Bomet, in order to get back to the Narok headquarters. And it would have been much easier for the KWS to wait for funds to go and recruit people on site. But that being the case, we hope that this will be a transparent exercise and that we can actually get to know the report of how affirmative action was conducted.
Baya, you're the last on this. Timothy Kangoga has asked about Marakwet. I believe it covers you.
Honourable Speaker, thank you very much for this opportunity. Honourable Speaker, what we need to do, especially in the recruitment of people to the armed forces, is to create greater accountability, and such that every Kenyan has an equal opportunity like any other Kenyan to be recruited into the forces. Honourable Speaker, what happens, the recruitment officers will come to Kilifi, and they will at the end of the day leave and will not know who has qualified, who has not qualified. At the end of the day, when they go report, there is nobody from Kilifi. But Honourable Speaker, what we need to is, we want at the end of the recruitment exercise, just like we do in elections, we want the list of those that have been selected to be pasted on the wall of an office, so that everybody knows in this village, in this sub-county, so and so and so were taken from that rigorous competition. Honourable Speaker, imagine those people come, they run, they do all those kind of things. At the end of the day, you know I have qualified, but you are told to take him to a chamber there, and you are told, you know, we can't take you because you failed in a urine test. And yet you did a urine test the previous day, which actually showed you are clean, but on that particular day, and then they say, you know, if you run for a long time, your urine changes color. On that aspect, a person from Kilifi is left, because we know that probably they have already a list somewhere else. So, Honourable Speaker, we must, as members of Parliament, demand greater accountability in the recruitment of armed forces. When people go to, we want to know how many slots have been allocated for Kilifi and how many Kilifians have been recruited into that. That then we will rest easy, knowing that no corruption or malpractices have been. So, the committee, please, as KWS goes on this, we want greater accountability on the numbers recruited. We want to know how many will be recruited beforehand, and we want to know how many have been recruited. And that is the best way to bring accountability. I thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Karek and Duki, I think most of the concerns are the same.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to appreciate all the sentiment raised by the members. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, they are extremely very varied. And Mr. Speaker, sir, it's good to note that during the morning session, we were with the MP for Tiati, the Honourable William Kamket, and we had a very good conversation with the State Department of Wildlife, headed by the Cabinet Secretary. Mr. Speaker, I want us as members really to appreciate the initiative taken by the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife toward the recruitment of rangers. Because, Mr. Speaker, the last time KWS recruited was in 2015. And to date, up to date, Mr. Speaker, there is their need more rangers and other personnel by KWS, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I indicated earlier, KWS is faced with serious financial constraints. That's why, Mr. Speaker, they could not be able to afford, in terms of the budgetary constraint, they could not really be able to go at the sub-county level. And also, Mr. Speaker, we need to appreciate how many number of recruits are being recruited, Mr. Speaker. We are talking of 1,000 recruits, Mr. Speaker, as compared to KDF or Kenya Police Service, who normally recruit more than 10,000 plus. Mr. Speaker, on average, Mr. Speaker, we expect each constituency to recruit 3 rangers. And Mr. Speaker, you can be able now to imagine the logistics of now going to do all this recruitment at the sub-county level. Mr. Speaker, it is because of the same that the ministry decided they will be able to do recruitment at the county level. But even at the county level, Mr. Speaker, each and every constituency, if they have gone to Nyayo Stadium, each and every constituency in Nairobi will be able to do their own independent recruitment, but at a centralized level. Mr. Speaker, I want to give a commitment that immediately after the recruitments are over, I'm going to table the list of all the recruits who have been recruited across the entire country in all the 290 constituencies, Mr. Speaker, which I'm going to table in this house. Mr. Speaker, at the same time, I want to give a commitment that each and every constituency will be able to get its own fair share of each and every recruit in their respective constituency. So, Mr. Speaker, basically the members were so much concerned what will really be able to go to each and every sub-county or each and every constituency. But, Mr. Speaker, this is a learning lesson, because I'm aware that Kenya Police Services, Kenya Police, KDF will be recruited in the near future. Let them first and foremost be able to table the distribution for each and every sub-county before the time of recruitment. Mr. Speaker, we have also learned that the ministry has written to the National Treasury, because these 1,000 rangers is a step-gap measure. Once we get further funding, the check-up from the supplementary tool, then, Mr. Speaker, and because the demand, the requirement, the establishment requirement for the rangers is more than 5,000, almost 7,000, Mr. Speaker. I want to give another taking during the next recruitment, which is scheduled either this financial or next financial year. The recruitment to be done at the sub-county levels, Mr. Speaker. It will mainly remark, Mr. Speaker, and beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Next order. We will now proceed in the manner directed.
Thank you.
Order number 9.
Order number 9, the Coffee Bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2023, first reading.